it's Liz Yuille from Old Stables Crafts. Thank you very much for joining me again today. Today's project is slightly different in that it is a candle wrap. It's got a very delicate bit sticking up. So you wouldn't want to leave this on your candle when you've actually lit it, but for gifting purposes I think it's a really cute idea. This is an IKEA candle, so readily available pretty much anywhere. So yeah, so this one is in soft sky with gold accessories, and I'm now going to do one, finish off one. There's a reasonable amount of work in this, so rather than boring you stupid, I'm going to finish it off, but it will cover everything that you need to know. And the one we're going to do this time is in black and silver. So I've already started the die cutting, just on a strip of basic black. The dimensions will be on my blog, which is linked below, but this is just a strip of A4 cardstock, and it's cut at 3 inches, which seems to be about the right measurement for this particular candle, but obviously you can adjust it for your candle. I need to clear my throat. Terribly sorry about that. So, all I need to do now is do another bit of die cutting. So I'm choosing, these are the Hometown Greetings dies, which if I can unstick them from their wrapper. So the ones I'm using are the one with the church, and then this one with the single Christmas tree on it. This one was a little problematical, purely because it's on quite a steep slope, and you need your houses to be perpendicular. But this one and the church were on a less steep slope. So if I pop that there, you'll see that in order to keep the houses perpendicular, it's going up quite a lot, and that really wasn't working terribly well. So I've not used that one. So let me grab my platform. Now, you will have heard me say before that I have a Big Shot that has good pressure on its sides. You do need to know where your pressure points are, particularly for the detailed dies. You can use your precision base plate, but again, you will know that if you do that, you end up with eventually an interesting shaped base plate, which will still work, but it's quite hard to get it to go through. So A, always keep a separate cutting plate for your precision base plate, and B, if you can get away with not using it, I would suggest that you try that. Now, what we need to do is line up the cutting edge against the bit that's already cut. So there, and you'll feel it actually go into the cut line. And then if I pop it this way, then I can just make sure that your houses are perpendicular to your card, because we don't want them falling down the mountainside. So then cutting plate on top, and whiz that through the Big Shot. Run it backwards and forwards a couple of times, and I'm also going to turn it through 180 degrees so that if there's a different pressure point on the other side, that it gets a chance to have some pressure from there. And then before I actually remove the die from the card, I'll just turn it over, and yeah, that looks as if it has cut pretty much. Possibly not there. I'll just run that bit through one more time, again in a different place. That looks better. And then just remove that. Now, obviously I've worked out that this is going to be long enough to go round my candle, but what I will do is just extend that cut line a bit, so that I know I've got enough to actually do the wrap. Do not throw this bit away. It's very important for later. So let's get rid of that. Bring in my trusty, ooh, let's get rid of some of these bits. My trusty brush and foam pad. And this is, it comes as a set with the brush and the foam pad. And then I put it in a wood mount case. So it's one of the spare cases that you can buy in my online store that is the right size for wood mount stamps. And I have to say I have quite a lot of these that I do not have stamps in because they are great for all sorts of things. I keep pens in them, all sorts. And there you go. So that's beautifully die cut without using the precision base plate. Get rid of those bits. And, right, so we now need some light from behind. So here I used gold foil. I'm going to use silver this time. And this is where I say it's important you don't cut away, you throw away your scrap. So this is the scrap that I had from the previous one. I have already cut out, but I will show you how I do it, most of the houses that I need backings for. I've just seen there's a window that's not open. There we are. So I want silver behind 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've already got silver behind 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'll show you how I do this one. And basically, this is a piece of silver foil. Just turn over your template and with a pencil draw inside the cut line. If you draw outside your die cut, your foil will be slightly bigger than your die cut, but if you draw inside the waist, your foil will be slightly smaller than your die cut, which means it will fit together better. And just extend, am I in shot? Yes. Just extend that down, so that's where it's going to be. And then just bear in mind that that is inside the line, so don't go too much further inside your line. And just cut round the edge. You can cut some of the chimneys off. So this one, for example, has got a very long spiky chimney, so I just cut a little bit of it off. And again here, and the roof of the church I cut across, because you don't actually need that bit. And to try and attach that would have been an interesting prospect, particularly on foil where adhesive will mark if it's in the wrong place. So just cut round with your snips. Let's say just make it a little bit longer maybe, not too much. But now the other thing I found is that this is quite stiff. It's foil, it's got a bit of meat to it, which didn't really want to wrap around the candle terribly happily, particularly as we've already got cardstock here anyway. Got a little bit of a, this is where the join was, so just check your join and straighten it off if you need to. So what I have done with these, and I'll show you what I've done with this one, is you can just get the end or the edge and very carefully lift up a corner and peel some of the backing off, and that just makes it a slightly lighter weight foil so it bends easier. So then all you need to do is attach your backs. So let's get these lined up so that they're in the right order. So bit of liquid adhesive, and obviously best to put the glue where there's a big space because it is going to squish a little. Now you could, if you wanted, but it would be a nightmare to actually do, put the sticker sheets behind before you die cut, but to be honest with you, that would almost be more difficult than this, because you only want the sticker on the bit of the houses that need the foil on the back. Now I'm then going to work from the other end, so I'm going to put apparently a dirty block on there just to stick that down properly. And if I do this one next, and just literally little dots of glue, just so that it's not taking pressure, it just needs to hold it in place. Is that right? No, it's that way. I need to do it that way. This is where, in the privacy of your own home, you can fiddle things around a bit. So let's pop that there. Are we still in camera? Yes, we are. It's always useful. And then this one, and then when those are, by the time we've put this one down, those will be pretty much dry. As you see, I'm just popping a tiny bit of glue. This is not, you know, we're not having to put masses and masses of glue down. It's just got to hold it in place. It's not really taking pressure. So let's take that one off, because that one should be pretty much dry now. Now for this one, obviously we've cut the spire off, so we don't want glue above the very top of where the bell is. And then down the sides on the flappy bits. There we are. Oops, it's got a life of its own. If I do that, then that will pick up. Actually, if I do that, that will pick up both of them. Probably don't need that one. Right, and just this last one, and then we're pretty much there. Now the chimney I've cut off, so I only want a little bit of glue at the base of the chimney. And I'm just making sure that anything that is standing on its own, so like the door is on its own, I make sure that the top of it has got some glue, just so that there's something holding it in place. And then just pop that, whoops, pop that down, and a block on top. There we go. Right, so let's just tidy these away, and then I will show you what else I am using, as those are just finishing off. So another candle, and I've got some of the mini sequin trim, which was new in the autumn winter in the annual catalogue. And let's just move this up a wee bit. And some of the metallic edge ribbon in silver and white. And this hopefully that's long enough. Just. And you may want to seal your ends. I've already sealed my ends with a bit of the multi-purpose glue. So let's cool that dry, and then just run this round. I would be tempted when you make yours to just leave it to dry a little bit longer, just so that you know everything's absolutely right. So here we've got an overlap, so what I'll do is I'll cut down here. So if you look at, where's my join on here? There we are. So I just cut down, I did it the other way around on the other one, but it's the same. I'll cut down here so that we've then got this long piece behind, so I'll lose the Christmas tree. What I could possibly do, let's just wrap that round again, is, no, well, yes, yes. No, I'll just do that. It's at the back, and if we need to, we've got the Christmas tree just to tuck on. So from this end, let's just run that round again just to make sure that everything's sitting nicely, which it does. So I'm just going to pop some fast fuse on the back of here, because we do need this to be removable, because as I said at the beginning, you do not, underlined 5 times, want to leave this on your candle when your candle is lit, because this is paper. And not wishing to sound patronising, she says, sounding patronising, paper and flame is not a particularly special mix. So yeah, so I will be doing these. I'm going to be attending a number of craft fairs. I will have these for sale at my craft fairs, and they will have on them, please remove all packaging and decoration before you light them. It is just for decorative purposes. Right, so here's glue dots, which we will need a number of. So let's start with a glue dot there. Ooh, go on, stick down. Thank you. And then all I'm going to do is just add a few extra glue dots on the way round. Now you could run your fast fuse round here, because that would stick your ribbon on as well. It's personal choice. Come on, thank you. And if your glue dot doesn't want to adhere instantly, trap it behind the ribbon, and then you can pull your pokey tool away. There we go. And then just one more for the end. Let's just trim that down. And again, if you want to, you can seal that end. And to seal that, again, you can either use the multi-purpose glue, or you can use a flame, so a cigarette lighter, or a lighter, I suppose we should call them these days, on the basis we don't like people smoking. Having never been a smoker, I don't understand why people would want to be a smoker. Right, so that's that. And then this, again, oh, no, I need these. I'm going to stick on with glue dots, and I'm just going to fold the glue dot in half because the trim is not as wide as the ribbon. And just attach that and then run it round. And again, you can add additional glue dots if you so desire. I might add... How are we doing for time? I think you can probably live without me adding more glue dots. So let's just pop one there. And then just pull this as tight as you can possibly get it, so it doesn't fall off. And then just straighten it up a bit. And this is where, if you've got the time and the inclination, you could add a few more glue dots. So there we go. It's, ooh, slightly bent steeple. Maybe a slightly taller candle might be a good idea. But there you are. So we've got silver on black and gold with the blue. Two very different looks, I think, but both lovely as little Christmas gifts. Just remember to remove the packaging before you light them. Ooh, let's have them in the camera as well. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you wish to see more of my videos, please hit the subscribe button, and remember to hit the alert bell so you get an alert that there's a new video being posted. If you need any of the products, please jump over to my online store. There's a link to that below, but also on the associated blog post, which has got all the information about measurements and stuff. So do have a look at that. If you are buying through my online store, which would be marvellous if you do, because that really helps me bring these videos to you, then for every £25 you spend before postage and packing, you will be entered into my draw for the Merry Pattern stamp set, which is the one that you can get free if you place an order of at least £250 over on my online store. But as I say, the other way of getting it is to just order through my online store. £25 one entry, £50 two entries, etc, etc, etc. So I hope you enjoyed that, and I will see you again very soon. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye!